For these two pieces, monitoring servers and threat management servers, I want to do these in one video because they're both going to be the same piece of software, the same application that we'll use for both of them. And that piece of software happens to be something called System Center. So let's take a look at System Center. The System Center is, well, let's raise this up so we can see the top of the page. Microsoft System Center. As you can see, it's not cheap. $3,600 for 2 years is a typical price for that, and you can also see that it comes in several parts. So I'm going to look at the documentation for this thing, and here again we can see the various parts, and you can click on these and find out what the various ones do. The first one I want to look at is the Operations Manager. We sometimes call this SCOM, S-C-O-M, SCOM. And that is the part that does the first thing we have here, the monitoring server. So if I want a monitoring server, I would buy this System Center and use the Operations Manager in order to monitor the health of my servers. It could be that, say, I have a particular problem on Monday mornings at 8 o'clock when everybody comes in and starts work, and everything kind of slows down. Well, how would I know that? Well, this Operations Manager, this monitoring process, might tell me that. Or it might tell me that I have a crash for some reason every Friday night when things shut down. So something that I might not catch by myself, the monitoring service will tell me that that there is some regular problem, or I can see a spike that is going on that I may not catch on my own. That's what monitoring services will do. Now, the threat management, now you wouldn't notice it here, but threat management actually falls under this one up here, the Configuration Manager. We sometimes call this SCCM. A Configuration Manager actually does lots of other things as well, but one thing it does is endpoint protection. And endpoint protection monitors for all sorts of threats. Some of those threats might be when certain kinds of traffic try to go through my website, either internally or from external sites. And so threat management can be virus protection. It can be certain types of attempted entry or denial of service attempts that might be attempted on my site. All of that is threat management, and it can watch both my servers and my clients. So that all falls under the purveyance here of my Configuration Manager. So both of those bits here, if we can get back to it, monitoring services and threat management, are under the Service Manager. And you want to make sure that you understand which of these things they're under. Now, if you see on the MTA anything about forefront security, that is an older version. I doubt you'll see it on the exam, but threat management in particular, you might see forefront security. I doubt it. That is on its way out and is older technology, so it should have been stricken from the test. And you probably should reject that for an answer that has to do with System Center.